Stephen Ash, Medicine Man, is here. Stephen, you're in the breath. How are you?
I'm wonderful. I'm living life. I'm I'm living life as a priority. Now that might sound strange, but I'm living life as a priority, not getting into my head, not getting into anything else. I'm timing the breath on the drum, and I'm timing the breath on the most beautiful instrument I created. It's the Holy Thorn harp. I've told you about the Holy Thorn harp.
Oh, wow.
No?
Tell us again. Tell us again. I
Well,
know
now
the
look.
story, but the kind of sounders might not remember it.
Okay, in 2007, Ark, the gardener
Yeah.
at Chalice Well, gave me a piece of wood which was from the Holy Thorn
Mm,
that had blown down in a storm in the
yeah.
garden.
Mm,
And the shape of the piece of wood was the shape of a harp. So I built, since 2007, a harp based on this piece of wood, putting a drum, attaching a drum to it. And putting all different types of wood onto this harp. So it's created with many, many, many types of wood. And I play it and I strum the harp to the heartbeat with my left hand and to the breath with my right hand.
wow.
So as I breathe out, I go thump with the bass string. And then as I breathe in, I go twice, boom, boom, to realign the nervous system. Now, Renata thinks I'm mad.
Yes.
Okay, because what I do is I put the harp against my head
Yes.
so that the sound is not just going through the ears, it's going through the wood into my
Mm,
cranium,
mm,
right?
mm,
I put a hat on my head,
yes.
right? So that I'm in the dark. And I go into this amazing space. And it's all inside me,
Mm,
Giles. It's
mm,
not it's not in the world outside. It's
yes.
inside me. My
Yes.
life, Giles, is inside me. So I'm sitting comfortably in my world. It's my own crazy world, Giles, but that's where it goes.
Sounds beautiful. Stephen, you've been on the show. You're a friend of the show on KindaSound Radio, and we're very welcome you back. But for those listening to this for the first time,
Yeah.
could you just give a little biography? Who is Stephen Ash, the Medicine Man?
Who's Stephen Ash, the medicine? Oh, Stephen Ash is a crazy man. He comes from a British family of medicine people. There he is. There he is. He makes music. He loves music. He sings music. And and I've always been singing since I was in the crib. My my first experience, one of my very early experiences, was standing in the crib, calling out to my nanny, and her name was Audrey, and I used to go, Audie, Audie, and that was my first singing.
Yeah.
And I've been fascinated about medicine and music since.
Mm,
And so when I trained as an acupuncturist and as a medicine person, I came across a phrase that Pythagoras had written a piece of music for each one of his patients.
mm,
So in my medical practice, I treated patients with creating songs
mm.
with their condition. And I made a bit of a name for myself in the 1980s. And and it was it is an ongoing exploration between me and the spirit of medicine.
Yeah.
My father was the first doctor in England to practice acupuncture in general practice, and I trained initially with him. Um, and I just love this combination of exploring medicine from as many different angles as I can, and exploring music from as many different angles. I mean, my voice is my main instrument, but I think music is incredible.
Mm.
Like, it's my brother Tim's birthday today.
Happy birthday, Tim.
Happy birthday, Tim. Now, Tim was my eldest brother,
Mm.
but he died in the sea when I was 18 or so. And
Yeah.
I was doing mouth to mouth resuscitation on him, but he passed over. Now, look, I realized this morning I wished him happy birthday. And I said, Tim, I'm 73 now,
Mm.
but you didn't get that far. You were 23.
Yep.
Okay. And you're in the spirit world, Tim, but I'm in a human body, and I've got this incredible privilege to be in a human body.
Yep.
And I wish you happy birthday, Tim. And I got one of my instruments and I started playing him a song.
Yeah.
And and as I was playing this song, I had this feeling that Tim had lived to 23 and I'm living to 73.
Mm.
And I realized that that song I was singing, he could hear.
It's
He was
beautiful.
listening.
Yep.
He was listening.
Yep.
Yeah, music does that, Giles.
Yep.
It goes through time and space. It's not
Yep.
limited by
Yep.
time and space. And therefore, our medicine in music is unlimited by time and space.
Wow.
And it's these realizations that I'm interested in.
Yep.
And if other people get it, that's fine. If they don't get it, that's their problem. It's not my problem.
Yep. Sure.
Do you understand?
Absolutely.
So I sit well in my body, I sit well in my soul.
Well, you look incredibly well for, I mean,
So do you, by the way.
well,
You
I'm
look.
I'm I'm doing all right. I need to spend a bit more time outside, and the sun's just come out, Stephen. So after this, I know where I'm going, into my garden, which is fruitful
Um,
and fruitful and abundant this time of the year. Let's talk about the drum for a minute, because there's this lovely story, and and if you're listening on radio, Stephen is surrounded by drums in the video here. But there's this lovely story. I've told it before. I'm going to tell it again. We're at Utu. We're at the Out of the Ordinary Festival, and we're sitting in the fire circle, which is in the middle of this stone circle, and it's coming up to the autumn equinox. And there's a great man there, Graham Game, who does the health rhythms, drumming, healing drumming stuff. And he's chatting to this guy sat next to him. And he says, "Oh, there's this fantastic book." He said, they're chatting about drumming. And he says, "There's this fantastic book um, that I got when I was out in Sedona, when I was doing my drum training. And it's this fantastic book. It's all about sacred drumming. And it's written by a guy called Stephen Ash." And you turned to him and said, "That's me." And I got a copy. I got a copy a couple of months ago. Available from all good bookstores and eBay. And it's one of the things, isn't it, Stephen? Because we're doing a book at the moment with Juliet, Seven Magical Mushrooms. And the thing
Mm.
about a book is it can go on, can't it? And it
Yeah,
can be passed around and sold secondhand, and that book has been a big calling card for you, hasn't it? I mean, because you literally wrote the book on sacred drumming.
books are amazing.
Yeah.
I have a book which I picked up on Kensington High Street in 1975.
Yep.
And it's a book by John Fire Deer, the Lakota medicine man, John Fire Deer. And it was on sale because they needed to get rid of these books. It was for £3. And I
Yeah.
picked up this book. I opened this book and it opened to the story of the sacred pipe, Petit Sanwin coming to the tribes with the sacred pipe.
Yep.
I was so hit by this story that I started crying in the
Yep.
middle of the street.
Yep.
Now, I've still got that book.
Yep.
What I understood a couple of weeks ago when I was reading this book once again, I must have read it about 15 times already,
Yep.
okay? What I realized was when I opened that book to that page, Grandfather Lame Deer came through the book and became my first medicine teacher of the Lakota tribe.
Yep.
Now, I still regard him every time people ask me about the teachers I've had. I always say Grandfather Lame Deer was my first Lakota teacher.
Wow.
And that's because it came through a book.
Yep.
Now, that's what books do. You've got a
Yep.
whole lot of books behind you. Look at them. That's containing the contents of the essence of the teacher.
Yep.
That's what that sacred drumming book is to me.
Yep.
Look, I'm not a real drummer. I'm not a fantastic drummer. When I look at Stevie Wonder drumming,
Yeah. Yeah.
you
Well,
know,
I mean, we, there's probably everyone looks at Stevie Wonder drumming and thinks that, apart from probably a handful of people. Yeah.
yeah. But I think this is where we can travel between the worlds. We're
Yeah.
not limited.
Yeah. I mean, that's very profound what you've said there about the power of medicine music, and also you've brought sacred drumming to so many people through, as you've done for me, teaching people how to make their own drums. And
Mm.
it's something that you're still doing now, isn't it, with the School of Sacred Drumming? If you want to check that out, kind of sounders, that's schoolofsacreddrumming.com.
Exactly.
Now
Genau.
tell us about your work with the School of Sacred Drumming.
Well, we've just come back from Romania,
Yes.
where it was fabulous. We went
Yeah.
right past Count Dracula's castle.
Mm.
We stopped there and I took some photographs of Count Dracula's castle. And we heard stories of Count Dracula. Anyway, forget Count Dracula. We just went up the road and we went up into this lovely little valley and we did a drum making workshop. And it was just heaven.
Mm.
It was just so beautiful. The people were so beautiful and generous.
Yeah.
And the health of the land was
Right.
amazing. This is
Yeah.
in the Carpathian Mountains, and it was just terrific. And so 5 drums were made by these very beautiful people.
Mm.
And what I saw was I kept seeing the number 5 come up. And 5 is the number of movement. It's like a vortex. It's things getting moving. And I really felt, yes, okay, this is a seed being sown, a very powerful, fiery seed being sown in Romania. And okay, we only went out there for a weekend, and okay, we only built 5 drums, and okay, it was only this and only that. But you know what? It's seeds,
Yep.
sowing seeds. And maybe I won't live to see all those seeds flourish. But the School of Sacred Drumming is online. It's we're teaching as we get older. Traveling is becoming more difficult,
Yeah.
and we need to teach our work through like this. I mean, look, it's just as good. You've got me in front of the screen.
Yeah.
If I could get more of this, I would be happy.
Sure.
Okay,
Yep.
so it's just a matter that if people can give us a bit of dosh so we pay the rent,
Yep.
as long as we keep our work going and I can still be as mad as a hatter,
Yep.
I don't mind.
Yeah, man.
I don't mind,
Yep.
Giles.
Yep. And
You
just
know,
as a little testimony from me, I mean, Stephen and Renata Ash are just top level medicine people.
thank you.
I mean, like, that's the truth. That is the truth of it. And what I'd say for people out there, if you're listening, is check out the website. It's beautifully, beautifully created website. There's so much that you do.
Thank
There's
you.
the sacred drumming, heal yourself with the drum, the medicine path, the fantastic album we made together, the medicine oracle cards and book, the Golden Light Project.
Oh, that's
healing in
brilliant.
your home, the sacred ceremonies, the soul retreats.
Oh,
I mean,
oh,
come on, it's just off the scale. And as Stephen says, you know, if you can give him some dosh to keep paying the rent, then you can access just phenomenal, life changing experiences.
thank you, Giles. Thank you. Thank you for that affirmation. You know, that means so much to me because, you know, for Renata and myself, we're putting so much love
Yep.
into our work.
Yep.
And the harvest is small, quite honestly.
Yep.
Quite honestly, the harvest is small.
Yep.
But, you know, I know there are a lot of good servants doing the work for the mother,
Yep.
doing the work for the mother,
That's right.
doing the work for the mother and for the mother's children.
Yes.
We're not doing it for Elon Musk and we're not doing it for Amazon. We're
Yes.
doing it for the mother's children.
Yes.
And it doesn't matter what culture you're in. It doesn't matter what culture you're in. You're
Yep.
indigenous.
Yep.
You're indigenous.
Yep.
Every one of you is
Yep.
indigenous. And sing your song and live your life purpose.
Mm.
Come on. And support each other. Come
Yep.
on. What are you scared of? What are you
Yep.
scared of?
Mm.
What are you scared of? Are you scared of yourself? Are you scared of yourself? Your memories are good. You're creating good memories. You've got a good future. Your children have got a beautiful future.
Mm.
You only suffer if you choose to suffer. You only feel pain if you choose to change the sensation into pain.
Yep.
Look, pain is firstly sensation.
Yep.
Then we give it a label, Giles.
Mm.
Whether it's mental pain, emotional pain, physical pain.
Sure.
And music and sound. Look, the work you're doing, Giles, I have high respect for because you're walking your talk, Giles. You're doing it with Juliet. I affirm your work as you affirm my work, seriously.
Yeah, thanks, man. It's you know, what a joy. What a joy to sing. And yeah, 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 it's why are we doing it? I mean, and you know, we're doing it for the love. And
Yeah,
the return is the love.
yeah,
You know, and that is oh, you know, what a gift. I'll tell you what, Stephen, let's just have a little pause here
yeah.
and let's play a piece of music from the Medicine Path album. I'll tell you what, let's start with the Golden Light song, shall we? So we're just gonna play the Golden Light song, and then we're gonna come back in. And there was the Golden Light song. Stephen, just could you just give people a little story behind that song?
Okay, it's a powerful story.
Yeah.
It's a powerful story. I was in a supermarket with Renata. It was Waitrose in Godalming. And as I was walking along, I found a little golden earring on the floor.
Mm,
And I picked it up.
mm,
Now, I always carry a medicine bag with me. And I popped that little golden earring into the medicine bag. What am I going to do to it with it? Am I going to give it to this cashier? What's she going to do with it? Oh, a little golden earring. I plunked it in my bag. I was then given a book. It was called The Heart of the World, and it's about the Kogi Nation in South America. And they go on in this book about all the gold being pulled out of South America by the Spanish and the conquistadors,
yeah.
how the gold went into Spain and took the wealth of Spain with it through to the banks of Europe.
Yep.
Right? It emptied Spain out.
Yep.
It became a lesser nation.
Mm,
Okay? Well, that affected me, that story. And it so happened that we were invited to a community in Spain to do a workshop on the rainbow essences, okay? And we were sitting at the table having lunch, and they were talking about the Spanish Civil War and how it was still reverberating in the people of Spain, that still there was this underlying suffering within the people about how they had killed all their relatives. I mean, it was brothers killing brothers. It was
Yeah.
horrible stuff. And as I was thinking about it, I thought, you know what's happened? That suffering that they created in South America came to Spain and is still living in Spain as
Wow.
this suffering. I told them about this. I told them, I said, look, the gold carried the suffering. Gold is a conductor
Mm, mm,
of
mm,
energy.
mm.
It carries information. It's a great
Yeah.
conductor. And this is the heart of the mother. This is the essence of the mother, the gold. And they created bad energy in that gold. So I said to them, come on, we've got to go out. We've got to find a space. We've got to find a place near Madrid, because we were in Madrid. We've got to find a place where we can do a ceremony and do the medicine. So we went to a river, we got stones, we phoned up people. They found a site up in the mountains where King Philip had his castle and he would oversee the conquistadors and all this sort of thing. And we went up there and 80 people came up to this ceremony. 80 people.
Yeah.
We built a medicine wheel with all these stones. And then this is what happened.
Yeah.
This is truth. Total
Yeah.
truth. Okay. We built this medicine wheel, and I needed to get my central medicine wheel out of my medicine bag, and I emptied it onto the ground, and out came this little golden earring.
Oh.
Right? Cost me nothing, did it?
Yeah.
Cost me
Yeah.
nothing. So I said, I'm going to bury this little golden earring as a symbol giving back gold to Mother Earth. Right?
Yeah.
Well, Renata took off her gold band off her
Oh.
finger and put it with it.
Wow.
Now, the people who ran this community, they couldn't be outdone. They took off their golden earrings and they put them in. And then everyone in the circle started taking off
Oh,
gold,
wow.
started taking off all their gold and
Yeah.
putting it. There was a gold Rolex watch. Yes, this one woman put this great big gold medal that her grandfather had given her.
Jesus.
No, Giles, this is the total truth.
Yeah. Yeah.
We we dug a hole,
Mm.
we filled it with sage and rainbow essences.
Yes.
And we said to the people, if you want to take any of your gold out, do so now before we bury it.
Yep.
Okay? No one took a thing.
Wow.
We put all that gold into the ground and
Wow.
then we covered it and made it invisible. Then, Giles,
Yes.
we started praying.
Yes.
And there were big tubes of plasma coming out of this group, going down southwest of Spain,
Right.
going down to the Americas. They were
Oh.
prayers of forgiveness.
Oh.
Giles, the Golden Light Project is very powerful, Giles.
Yes. Yes,
I
indeed.
would say to people, sing in golden light. I invite
Right.
golden light into the earth through me. Keep it simple.
Yes.
Nothing complicated.
Yes.
You know, it's little things and being simple. And if you've got a bit of gold, go and plant it in your garden. It might grow.
Wow.
Right
Wow.
below.
Profound. Absolutely profound. And the song came to you, didn't it, Stephen?
It came to me in a river
In a
in
river.
Switzerland,
You then go to Switzerland where they had the gold,
where they held the gold.
where they
Yes,
held it, where they've still got it.
they're still holding it.
They're still holding it in big vaults. And
Instead of it being little beautiful golden effigies
yeah,
planted in the soil to enhance the mother,
yes.
they put it into gold ingots and they put it under the ground in
Mm.
big
In big
vaults,
vaults, yes.
locked away.
Oh God, absolutely. I bet
Like
it
all
is.
the good things in life, locked
Oh,
away,
here we go.
locked away in the breath and in the
Yeah.
heart.
In the
And
heart, yeah.
you see, the best things in life are locked away in here,
Yes. Within
and
us.
we've got to unlock them.
Yes.
Unlock the heart, unlock the breath,
Mm.
unlock the consciousness of gold in the cells of the body. Do you
Wow.
know the body's filled with, inside the cells of the body, are little tiny moments of gold?
Wow.
And equisetum, do you know the plant equisetum, mare's
No.
tail?
What's it,
Well,
sorry?
it's a plant that the dinosaurs used to eat. It's that very crispy silicon plant.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
You know the one,
Yeah.
it's full of silicon. If you
Yeah.
go down into the roots, and it's got very deep roots,
Mm.
if you go down into the roots, there's gold.
Wow.
There's gold. Equisetum, gold.
Yeah.
And gold is the mother. Gold is the essence of the mother. That's why the South Americans valued gold. It's because it's regarded as the menstrual, the
Mm.
most fertile aspect of the mother. And Gaia, Gaia, for Pete's sake. Everyone goes on about Gaia. Well, let's give the gold back to Gaia.
Wow. It's
I
profound,
invite,
Stephen.
yeah, crazy
No,
man.
no,
I'm
no.
a
It's
crazy.
it's absolutely profound. I mean, I've got some gold on my sacred altar on my medicine wheel. I mean, I've got I'm looking across here. I've got medicine wheels, and I've got a ring of gold and silver. I'm looking at that little one there. I might put it in the earth. That's a great idea.
Yeah, give it to the earth.
Give it
Give
to
it.
the mother. Give it back where it came from. Let
Absolutely.
let it go forth and multiply.
Look,
Steve, sorry,
can I
Stephen.
one last thing? Can I say
Mm.
one last thing?
Yes,
In
say
this
as much as you like.
in this little bag here,
Mm.
right, are little pieces of gold.
Yeah.
And so when I go to places that are special, I dig a little hole, I do a ceremony, and I put the gold back in. And every time someone gives me a piece of gold, I cut it up into little tiny pieces and I put it back in the earth. What's wrong with that? Giving something back to the mother.
Yeah.
Hey, mother, I love you.
Oh, I
Thank
love
you
you
for giving me
too.
food. Thank you for giving me food. Thank you for
Mm.
giving me a home.
Yeah.
Thank you for giving me children. Thank you for
Yeah.
giving me a beautiful wife.
Yeah.
Thank you for giving me a hat on my head.
Yeah.
Thank you for giving me musical instruments.
Yeah.
This is what it's about, Giles.
Yeah.
It's got to come back down to real world.
Yeah.
We either meditate to survive, or let's meditate to survive. No,
Mm.
let's meditate to live,
Yeah.
properly live.
Yeah.
Let's sing. Let's sing to entertain. No,
Mm.
let's sing to entertain, to
Yeah.
activate the internal being. Yeah, I'm a crazy man, but it's okay.
Yeah, absolutely brilliant, Stephen Ash. What's happened with Kind of Sound? Let me just give you that little update. I won't go into too much detail on air, but we're revitalizing Kind of Sound. Let's put it that way.
Good.
Um, we're we're putting a lot of effort into it, and that effort is largely coming from my good self at the moment with wonderful guests. So I'm putting it out there, you see. But the good thing about this as well, Stephen, is I don't have to be restricted to any schedules anymore.
Yeah, good.
You see, I don't have to be told, oh, you just do a show once a week or whatever. I can do whatever I like. I can do a show every day. So, what I would love to do, my friend, is to do a regular show with you because you
Oh,
have a lifetime of wisdom, and it's sometimes useful, I think, in these kind of in the day and age we live in now. People are used to these kind of podcasts where there's a conversation,
mm,
and people are more attracted to a conversation than someone just giving a talk.
yes,
Because
of
if
course.
someone just gives a
Yeah.
talk, they're not being challenged at all. And it can
Yes.
just be, people can get a bit lost in, shut off. But if there's a conversation, it seems to be attractive. And I mean, even just that story of that song, we could go through the Medicine Path album and I could say, Stephen, tell us about, we could play the song and you could say,
Oh,
tell us about the song, and it's because you've got so much to share. And I think this is a nice format for us to, get it out there and also sow the seeds, because the nature of this is someone might be listening to this today on Tim's birthday, but they might be listening to it in 5 years' time or 25 years' time. We don't know. These seeds can go out, and that's a wonderful thing. There he is. Yeah, happy birthday, mate. And here's to all the ancestors, Stephen. So, final thoughts from you, my friend, and we're going to get you back on again. We're going to get you back on again soon, but
thank you.
schoolofsacreddrumming.com, ladies and gentlemen, to see Stephen's
Thank
work.
you. Thank you. Come and visit.
Come and visit the schoolofsacreddrumming.com. But final thoughts from you, Medicine Man.
Well, I send all the people who listen to this, especially your family, and all the people who support KindaSound, and all the people who support your work and support my work. I send them as much love and gratitude as I possibly can in this moment, because I've only got this moment to live.
Yep. Yep.
Okay. The rest is history and the rest is just potential.
Yep.
Okay? But all I've got is this moment. So I send this moment energy, this breath, to all those people, and very much to you, dear Giles, because you're such a big place in my heart. Just the way you communicate with me. It's so real. It's so real. Thank you.
Beautiful. Beautiful. Well, ladies and gentlemen, Kind of Sound Radio has just brought you another inspirational show with the Medicine Man, Stephen A.